Well, greetings and good morning, Masters University students. This is Mr. Doucette, and this is week number 5 in our Business Communications course Management 330 here at Masters University, fall 2025. And this week we're going to be continuing on like we have been, looking at some grammar assignments, doing some writing assignments, as well as discussion posts. And I just wanted to say that you guys are doing a great job. Keep up the good work. Everybody's turning in fantastic work. I do want to say that I know there's a lot of similarities between the discussion post sometimes and the writing assignment, and especially happened this week with you're trying to figure out what time that you're supposed to send the tweet, California time versus Beijing time and all that. And there's a lot of crossover and a lot of similarity, but nonetheless, please complete your assignment as best you can, even if it's calling for similar information. Obviously, it might be a little different the way in which you word it, but keep completing all the assignments in the same way, and you'll continue to do great, like most all of you are. So keep up the good work. Just want to give you again a preview of what's coming. We are going to have a couple more weeks of kind of the same format, where we have a grammar assignment, a writing assignment, and then we have a discussion post, and then we have sometimes an exam. But the last week of the class, just so you know, there's going to be a portfolio that you're putting together that's going to require you to do a presentation and record yourself giving the presentation, as well as a written report or proposal that goes along with it. So they should be different, but yet big assignments. And then you also have a final writing assignment on top of that. So please prepare yourself for that last week, and don't put everything off until the end. Get started early on that. You might want to actually look ahead if you can and get an idea of what you might want to do with the final assignments that are coming up. So let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen here. And once again, just going to go over what you need to be working on this week. I've been really diligent to try and stay up on my grading for this class because it could get away from me so quickly. You guys are turning in a lot of stuff, so keep that in mind. Let's see, are we in week 5 or in week 6? We're in week 6, like this. So here we are going into the class. So we're actually in week number 5. So again, there's a reading assignment, there's some lectures, and you have this discussion post about X3. Then you have a grammar assignment for 9 and 10, a writing assignment for 9 and 10, and then you have your second exam. So keep that in mind. I think I did tell you a few weeks ago that your second exam comes up kind of quick, but it is only based on the last few chapters. And just so you know, the writing assignments last week were kind of a little bit of a break. The first one that you did was the tweet, and then the second one that you did was what was your opinion of Slack. And I think there's one more writing assignment where you get to do something a little different that's not actually doing a writing assignment. But this week, I think we dive right back into formatting either a memo, email, or a letter. And keep in mind, I'm going to be looking for you to format those consistently, and make sure that you're not skipping out on that salutation, that you end it with a colon, that if it's an email, you have a full signature block with contact information. If it's a letter, that you have either a letterhead or return address as well as an inside address, and that you have a letter signature block, which is different than an email signature block. Or if you do a memo, that you have the proper title block with a double spaced title block, to, from, date, and subject, and then you have no signature block on a memo. And then most importantly of all, that you're utilizing text design. Now, most of you are getting it. You're doing a great job, but still do more. I'd rather see you overdo it than underdo it. Every paragraph should have something made to stand out, even if it's one word or a phrase. That way the eye can scan it, and it knows the key phrase from each paragraph and in each line in each bullet list. And it makes it a lot easier just to scan the document and read it very quickly. So make sure you do all that. I'll be watching for all that in your assignments, but keep up the good work. Again, we have, next week you have another exam right behind this one. So I think that one's only going to be based off the 2 chapters, but just keep that in mind. And then you have 2 more weeks after that, with the last week being your portfolio oral and your portfolio written, as well as a writing assignment and an exam. So you have a pretty heavy week that last week. So don't, if you can, try and get started early on that, so that way you're not running out of time. But That's it for week number 6 or 5. Sorry, 5. Have a great week, and you will see me again on video next week. God bless you all. Let me know if you need anything, if you have any prayer requests or anything like that. I'm more than happy to pray for you and to encourage you. Please reach out. God bless. See you soon.